I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the Sky Sports pundit and commentator Mark Webster. Thanks for the time, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm good. Got darts withdrawal symptoms a little bit, but no, I'm good. I'm all right.
I was just about to ask you that. You've had 3 weeks of non-stop darts at Ali Pally, covering it for Sky Sports. What's it been like since you've been home? Any symptoms? Have you been playing Chase the Sun for a speaker every 15 minutes?
No, you know what? I've been all right. There's an interesting look on social media, reading about stuff, but I think it was a good event, and to everyone involved as well. It wasn't an easy event to sort of put together, but I think it went okay. There's a few little hiccups, obviously, with a few players having to withdraw, but on the whole, I think it was a successful event and a right outcome in the end as well. I think the best player won.
We see the interest in darts pick up when the World Championship's on. People going out buying dartboards, sets of darts, trying the game out. As a former World Champion yourself, coming back from an event like that, does it give you the bug to get back on the board straight away?
Do you know what? It does, I'm going to sort my dart around. My dart room is cold, Alex. So this time of year I need to sort of get some better heating in. But no, I always like a throw. I've never sort of lost a bug. But it's competitively I haven't done a lot, so maybe step that up a little bit this year.
The last time we had you on was just after the Premier League, Johnny Clayton claiming the title. Since then we've seen Peter Wright, Johnny Clayton, Going Price all hoover up the majors. Going into the Worlds, were they your three favourites for the title?
Yeah, with Michael as well. I said you couldn't look beyond the big three. Do you know what? I had my reservations about Johnny, but do you know what? I think if he'd have beat Michael Smith, he'd have been in the final. And it's easy to say, but there's still a couple of rounds. Johnny was ready to win. The Michael Smith game was just unreal, but I think Johnny will win more titles this year, and I think they'll get shared round them sort of players. I'd like to think Michael Smith will finally get over the line. But no, it's an exciting year ahead, and I hope that it's a relatively normal darting year as well, so in terms of crowds and things like that. Just a normal calendar, so it's not too disruptive, and let the players do what they can.
Let's hope so. Well, there's a few weeks between the Players' Championship finals and the World Championship. We spoke to Wayne Mardle about how the prep for a Worlds compares from being a pundit to being a player. What does the prep look like leading up to being on the Sky team for the biggest tournament?
It's good, Do you know what? I never find any of it a real chore. There's a lot to prep, but I enjoy it, and I'm part of a good team as well. And anything that I haven't got on the notes, Wayne will send my way, and I'm Party and everyone else. We're just I think we click together well. So the prep's good, but it's enjoyable. It's exciting, isn't it? And then as you go through as well, through the rounds, you can reference the previous round and things like that. So it's an enjoyable tournament to work on, and it's kind of a bit frustrating when it comes to an end, because I do like the early rounds, the hustle and bustle of players, seeing players you don't necessarily see during the year. So no, I thought I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the challenge of it as well.
We've got some listener questions touching on events of the last 3 weeks, but we've got to start before then with the champion, haven't we? Peter Wright, the 113 average for the last 10 legs to sweep the title from Michael Smith. What did you make of that surge to the title from Peter?
Yeah, it's incredible. I fell for Michael Smith, but Peter's got that in his locker. I actually commented on his last game with Michael Smith, and he did something similar from sort of 12-8 down. Peter Wright was just, apart from those 2 sets against Heta, where they had those dodgy darts, he looked in control, and do you know what? He's a player. I'm really pleased for him, because I remember when I first joined the PDC, Pete wasn't getting any luck, and he was losing first, second round every week, and he'd say to me, I'm practicing hard, and you're thinking, will it come? And he's been so patient, and getting his title so late on in life. It's an inspiration to other players. It's not all about youth and the players coming through. The old heads' experience, and Peter Wright's got abundance of experience, and he's been a phenomenal player this year, and he's been the best player this year. Johnny Clayton's been great, but the manner in which he won the match play, the Worlds, especially the match play, just shows how dominant he could be. And I think we're going to see more titles from Peter Wright.
Definitely, yeah, it's been a great story. And off the hockey, a lot of talk about the crowd at Ali Pally. I know you spoke about it on the Sky broadcast, a few of your other colleagues did as well. We obviously only see the broadcast at home, but what was it like in the venue when you're hearing them chants, especially during the Going Price game? Is it something you think that's going to be looked at?
I don't know how you can. They went too far, they did, and it wasn't just Going Price. I don't want it to be just I'm sticking out for my Welsh players and fellow Welsh players, but the Scottish lads are copying it as well. And do you know what? Cheer your favourite, and and I get that you go there, you want to have fun, but the offensive chanting was too much. Gedwin copped it. It was just more disappointing. It was his young daughters and his wife were in the crowd, and I don't want it to deter players from bringing their family with them to these big events. But I don't know how you manage it, because the PDC got security involved and they do their best, but it's a large number to control. And do you know what? Let's not hammer the crowd throughout. There were some really bad nights, but there were some good sessions as well where they behaved. But yeah, when Gedwin was on, it went too far. And it'd be nice if it was addressed, but I think Gedwin dealt with it, as did other players, and you just crack on, and that's all the players can do for now.
Yeah, let's get on to the good times from the tournament, because there was plenty of highlights from start to finish. What moments will you remember most from this World Championship?
The ball in 9 darts for me was incredible. It's just the game as well. The actual match itself was incredible. It didn't need a 9 darts. That was fun. A 9 darts to win a match as well. It's fantastic. The Smith-Clayton game, the Smith-Price game. You just on obviously Peter Wright winning the title, but I just think it was an incredible event. The Price Hybrex game as well. I mean, I could list you loads. It was just a good event, and it had edge of your seat moments. And I think what was good, when there was a little disruption where we lost a player, so we had a smaller session, generally one of those games would turn into a thriller and help the session that had lost the game. So I think it was just a great World Championship, and hats off to the players as well. I think they dealt with it well, and it was a memorable World Championship.
And a lot of speculation looking ahead about the Premier League. The PDC haven't announced anything yet. We know the opening night is due to be in Cardiff this time next month, but there are currently restrictions in place. What is the situation right now in Wales?
I'm not 1,000,000% sure. I know in hospitality, this is a lower scale, but I know that you go out in groups of 6 again now, and I don't know. I know, because I work with Adam Smith, a boxing broadcaster, and he's had to move their boxing fight, Chris Eubank, to out, because it was in Cardiff. I'm going somewhere with this, and it was in Cardiff in January. That's been moved to February, but I'm led to believe that hopefully in February things will be okay. But of all the places to pick first, but do you know what? You're thinking it's a great start, isn't it? The way the Welsh players have played last year, get in Wales, get the crowd buzzing, because there's a good crowd there, and I just hope it's not disrupted too much. A, because I think all the players like playing there, and B, Johnny and Gedwin will enjoy it as well, and I hope it's sorted and by the time it comes around, because I know that the Premier League announcement's been delayed just because of little tweaks they need to do with venues and things, but it needs to be the weekly road show again. None of this blocking 5 and 6 in Milton Keynes. It needs to be back to normal, and hopefully that'll be the case.
Fingers crossed. Well, we've got some listener questions for you. The first one comes from Phil Haig. He says, obviously hypothetical, but having seen everyone else's performances, how far do you reckon MVG would have gone without the positive test?
Do you know what? I think his draw was okay. He'd have definitely got to, I think, quarters or semis. Semis, I'd say. He was, we did learn a lot from him. He played Chas Barstow, so hypothetical, I think he'd have got to the semis.
Next one comes from Kevin Fitzpatrick. He wants to ask you about what it was like living with Stuart Pike as part of the Muswell Hillbillies during the World Championship.
Oh, you nuisance. Yeah, oh my God, no. Do you know what? We have a good laugh. He is a bit of a pest, but we have a great laugh, and we have a good bond in the comms box as well. He's a good guy, but oh my God, he can moan. He likes to moan, but if he wasn't moaning, I'd worry about him. So it's just a normal. But no, it was all right. It's good. I think the environment you work in, you need that relaxed atmosphere and a bit of banter away. So it was all right. It was all right. But he is motivating me. By living with him for 4 years, it's motivating me to try and qualify for the Worlds again. Even if I don't want to get through one round, at least it's a couple of nights in the Players' Hotel instead, isn't it?
That's all the motivation you need.
Yeah, he's my biggest motivation, and he doesn't even know it.
Next one comes from Carl Redden. He says, how did you feel going into your Lakeside debut in 2007, and then after losing to Tony Eccles 3-0, all the sets going 3-2, what was the mindset going into 2008 when you were top seed and you went all the way?
The mindset the year after was just, I had a good chance. I was playing better, but it's first of all my friends came down to watch me the year before, and there's this, and I thought, you know what, they're coming down first on the Saturday, I just want to win and get to go and have a drink with them at night and just sort of enjoy that one round, and then we'll go from there. And then obviously as the draw sort of went on, my next draw was favourable. I didn't play well, but I kind of knew I'd win that game. And then it was just, once Gary Anderson was out, even though I was number 1 seed, I was my favourite, I knew then I'd fit in Adams and Whitlock 3 consecutive days. No time to think. I was only a kid as well, and I knew I could win. I don't think I was the best player in the world when I won it, but I just was the best player that week, and that's what it takes sometimes to win an event. And I don't think people could complain that I won it that week. And I was just relaxed about everything. I was so relaxed that I was almost late for the final. I was in there, and the crowd were in there. Yeah. But no, it's completely different now. Different pressures in life, but No, I felt I had a chance. I didn't think I'd win it, but I'm glad I did, because it was a brilliant week.
And the next one comes from Tommy, who's as a former world champion yourself. What's the difference in mentality when you're defending a championship compared to going to take it off someone?
Yeah, when you're defending it, I found it tough, because you just want everything to be like the year before, and I went there as a different player, and I wasn't as in form, and you worry, you're nervous. And, yeah, it is hard. I do the PDC one particularly when you go back. That first night, isn't it? I mean, that's tough, but you go there, and because you're the world champion now, I think you go there and you've just got to say, look, whatever happens in this tournament, it cannot deduct the memory from the year before, and that's what you've got to say, and just go there calm and not put pressure on yourself. That would be my advice. Probably advice I should have listened to when I was defending champion, but hey, I was nowhere near the best player that year, and I didn't deserve to win the title, but I reckon had I hung around in the BDO a bit longer, I think I'd have won it again. But I just made the move, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, you made the move, and the next question from Matty Rogers touches on the move to the PDC. When you beat Phil Taylor in the 2011 quarterfinals of the World Championship, did you believe that you could go all the way, and what went wrong in the semis against Adrian Lewis?
Yeah, I thought I could win. I thought I could beat Adrian, and I wasn't a million miles off either. I think it was on throw. He was 5-4 up, and I missed 3 darts at double, and he broke me, and it was as simple as that, really. It was he was good. Wow, he was good, but yeah, I thought I could win, and I wanted to play Gary in the final. It didn't come about, and probably that was my biggest opportunity missed in the PDC, because I'm not close in the World Championship since, and obviously not qualified for 4 years. So yeah, it was just one of them. I thought I could win, and it just didn't happen. And lessons learned. But again, it was a brilliant tournament, which I really enjoyed it, and had a great knock-on effect for my career at the time. So I'm not full of too many regrets in that event. I obviously would have liked to get the final, but it is what it is.
And back to the future, I know when we spoke last time in the summer, you weren't sure about Q School this year. It might be a bit too soon. Have you decided yet if you're going to be going to Q School this week?
No, I'm not. I missed the entry anyway. I mean, I was convinced I would go, because I've been playing that online stuff, but then you just don't get time to practice when the Worlds is on. I've done the Grand Slam, Minehead, so I'm going to manage things a bit better. I'm definitely going to go next year, 1,000,000%. I just want to have a go, unless anything drastically dips my form, but my form's pretty steady. Look, my form isn't going to win me titles in a minute, but I think it's enough to get a card, and the PDC just jumped the money up, so you can win one game on the tour, get £750. It's just a massive opportunity. I mean, I don't want to go there to just be a journeyman, but I've got a year to work on my game, and there's so many other darts you can play, so I'll try and keep myself competitive this year, and then we'll go next year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on. Q School might not be on the cards, but there is plenty of darts, hopefully, for the rest of 2022. What have you got your eye on darts-wise that you'd like to play in?
I'll play on the online stuff. I hope I'm involved with the company that runs that, my management team. So obviously I can't play in that till probably gone May, because I'll be working on the Premier League. But yeah, I'll play in that, and then getting back to basics of playing in local things. And I don't know what's on the WDF calendar. I might look at some of their stuff. I'm not going to travel. It'll have to be pretty close. But we'll see. It's look, I haven't got a plan, Alex, and if I get offered things work-wise, I'll take it. But yeah, I'll play some more, and I'll practice a lot more this year anyway. So practicing's key, and I've got a good lad who plays in my local league I can practice with as well. So hopefully we can sharpen each other up.
Good to hear. And lastly, if we were to put on our own tournament for the Sky team, you had yourself, Wayne Mardle, John Part and Laura Turner. You were the 4th seed. You had to pick a partner from the rest of the Sky team to be your partner. Who would it be?
I thought you said that was the 4th seed then. I was going to say, what? With the 4 seeds.
Yes.
Who would I pick? I don't know, I'd pick Pyke, because then he can't moan at me. He's my team. He's got to encourage me, hasn't he? So yeah, I'll take Pyke as my partner.
How would you rate your chances of going all the way in that event?
Fancy it, yeah. Mind you, I've seen Stu throw. Get to a final anyway. It's only winning one round anyway.
Yeah, you definitely got a good chance. Well, Mark, it's a pleasure to chat to you. Really appreciate you taking out the time after the World Championship to chat with us, and wish you all the best for 2022.
Yeah, good man. Thanks, Alex. Cheers.